Hi there, this is Ranjit, and in this video we'll be doing the review for the Xiaomi Mi 5, and I have been using this device for over 30 days now, and I'll be dividing the review between pros and cons, so I won't go in depth regarding the physical overview. Here are the specs. You can get a lot more info if you watch my unboxing video. I've also posted other videos on the Mi 5 covering its various other aspects like its gaming performance and also the camera review. So again, I'll have links for those videos in the YouTube show notes. In this video, we'll directly jump between the pros and cons, and at the end of the video, I'll give you my conclusion. And first, let's start with the pros or the things that I liked about this device. I've made a lot of pointers. Again, there are some cons also that are really important with this device, so again, stick for that. But let's start with the pros. And the first thing that I really liked about this device is the output via the headphone jack. The output via the headphone jack is actually really good. And another thing that I really like is if you go into the settings, this is common with almost all Xiaomi devices. If you go in the settings, you have a lot of options for tweaking the sound, and it really works really well with this Xiaomi Mi 5. In fact, I used it with this Xiaomi Mi In-Ear Pro headphones, and they perform very well. So if you like music, you can easily tweak and you can get very good effect. But one thing I do not like from the headphone jack is that if you like to listen to very loud music, even at about 95% is not very loud. I would say it's decent for most of the people, but again, it's not very loud. Next thing that I liked is that the fingerprint scanner is actually really good on this. We are having a fingerprint scanner here on the home button, and if you just depress it and leave it, as you can see, it unlocked, and it unlocks really quickly most of the time, I would say. But sometimes if you go to this screen, as you can see, it can take some time. So I would suggest just press it like this and leave it, and it works really well. You can also lock the apps if you would like with password protection. That option is also there, and it works with the fingerprint scanner. So overall, I would say the fingerprint scanner works very well on this device. Now moving to the general performance of this device, again, as expected, as you have seen the specs are really good. It is having a Snapdragon 820 chipset. Again, it's a very powerful phone. So in the general UI and general performance, I did not have any issues with this device. It performs very well and handles the MIUI 7 very well. But regarding RAM optimizations, things can be improved in my opinion. If you are a very heavy multitasker, after fourth app or so, sometimes it's fourth or sometimes the fifth apps do tend to load out of memory, so you have to be aware of it. I hope Xiaomi can fix it with the next software update. So overall performance is really good, but the RAM management could have been a little bit better in my opinion. Next, moving to the gaming performance. The gaming performance was actually brilliant on this Mi 5. The gaming performance was very good, even with very heavy games. I did not notice any hint of any lag. In fact, I would say it was the smoothest gaming experience that I've seen on a smartphone. Also, the good thing with the gaming is that even with extended gaming, yes, it does get a little bit warm. It can touch about 42, 43 degrees centigrade, but that was the max that I saw. So yes, with gaming, it gets a little bit warm, but not very hot. Now, moving to another thing that I like is that it out of the box, it supports Qualcomm Quick Charging 3. I tested it with the Qualcomm Quick Charge 3, and it could charge 75% in just 1 hour. But for the full charge, it takes about 1.5 hours. But sadly, in India, Xiaomi is just bundling the Qualcomm Certified Charger 2, not the Quick Charger 3. But it does support Quick Charging 3, and it also has the USB-C port, and that works very well. Also, when it comes to looks and the styling, I feel here also this Mi 5 gets very good points. It's a compact size phone, as you can see, guys. It can easily fit in a single hand. So if you don't like very bulky devices, then this Mi 5 might be ideal, and it's a very powerful phone. But the only thing is that the back is also glass, so you have to be a little bit careful regarding the same. Now moving to the camera performance, it has a 16 megapixel Sony sensor, and as you can see from the sampled shots, the pictures that we take outdoor in natural lighting actually come out to be really good, and it also has the decent bokeh blur effect, so you can get that. But again, when we start moving to indoor lighting conditions and artificial lighting conditions, I would say the camera performance is strictly average. It does the job, I would say, but just don't expect miracles. In very low lighting situation, it really struggles. Now moving to the front facing camera, camera, the front facing camera performance was actually very good thanks to that ultra pixel. Though it's just a 4 megapixel, the results were actually very good. So overall, I would say the camera performance is decent for the price, but again, in low lighting, it is not as good as some of the other flagship products that we have seen. Also, in terms of video, it has optical image stabilization. Hence, the video that I shot with the Mi 5 was also really good. So these were some of the things that I really liked about the Mi 5. Now moving to some of the cons that I have faced with this device. The first thing, as I've already mentioned, it just has a single speaker over here and it's a mono speaker. The speaker volume strictly could have been louder, and also I feel even if you keep the ringtone at the max volume, it's not very loud. It's okay if you're in the same room, but let's say if you're in another room, then you might not hear the ringtone. So the speaker output could have been better in my opinion. Also, another thing that I have noticed, overall the build quality is excellent. It looks and feels very premium, but the volume button and the power button is a little bit wobbly, which I don't like. Now moving to the battery life, this is sort of very mixed results that I got with the Mi 5. If you have seen my earlier videos on the Mi 5, in fact the battery life was very good. The thing is that if you are mostly on Wi-Fi, you can get very good battery life. As you can see from these stats, I could also get over 5 hours of screen on time with over 1.5 days of standby just if I was using on Wi-Fi. But after the latest update that I got about 10 days ago, if you use the phone mostly on mobile data, that is on 3G and 4G, the battery life that I was getting was simply not that good, and I would say it's below average. I could get a screen on time of just about 2 hours 45 minutes or so, which is strictly poor considering that on Wi-Fi you could almost get double the screen on time. So Xiaomi has to really work on the optimization part regarding the battery, especially on mobile data. Another big problem that I had with this Mi 5 is that when you are completely on mobile data, the network just loses connection to the cellular towers for about 15-20 seconds and it comes back. And this was happening a lot. I would say more than a dozen times in a day, and that can be really frustrating. And many times when I was using this Mi 5, I got SMSs from people that they are not able to reach me. Can you call me back? So I don't know if this network issue is widespread, but I tested this Mi 5 with 2 different SIM cards. I have Airtel SIM cards because Airtel has 4G here in Hyderabad, and I tested with 2 different SIM cards and I had the same results with mobile data. So it's a little bit of worrying thing that it's losing network connectivity pretty often if you are completely on the mobile data, and that huge battery drain also is there when you are completely on mobile data. Now moving to another thing that I do not like is that, yes, out of the box this Mi 5 comes with Android M, that is Marshmallow, but again it is heavily skinned MIUI, so you hardly see features of Android Marshmallow. In fact, the new feature of Google Now on Tap simply does not work as of now on this Mi 5. There is a new update that Xiaomi is going to bring out that is known as the MIUI 8, and I think so they are going to launch it sometime in May 10th. We have to see if that update brings those features back. But as of now, it does not look like that you're using a Marshmallow device. Another thing I do not like about this device is that it does not have any micro SD card slot. So the storage is what you get, and sadly in India, we are just getting the 32 gigabyte variant. And out of the 32 gigabytes, you roughly get about 24 gigabytes, 24 to 25 gigabytes of space. So again, if you require more storage, you are out of luck, because as of now, Xiaomi is not selling the 64 or even the 128 gigabytes variant of the Mi 5. We just get the 32 gigabyte variant. Apart from this, another thing that I do not like with this Mi 5 is that it's only being sold in India via Mi.com, not on other sites like Amazon.com or Flipkart. The problem is that I've seen some reports from other users that if you are having a faulty device that they have purchased from Mi.com, it's a little bit tough to get a replacement. I would seriously suggest Xiaomi to start selling it on Amazon, because Amazon has far better customer care service compared to Mi.com. So I really hope that Xiaomi pays attention to their customer problems, those who have purchased the devices from Mi.com, and I feel they should bring it back on Amazon.com. So these were some of the things that I did not like about the Mi 5. Now talking about the overall conclusion that I have for this device, if you just talk about from the technical point of view, the hardware that you are getting for the price of about 25,000, then I feel as of now in India, you are getting the best deal in terms of raw hardware. You're getting a Snapdragon Snapdragon 820 chipset, and the phone feels really good and premium. But again, the biggest problems as of now that I have with the Mi 5 is the very poor battery life on cellular data, and also the network issues that I was having. And because of those two issues, it's really difficult to recommend this device as of now if cellular calls are actually very important to you. I think so these are some of the bugs with the MIUI as of now. I hope that Xiaomi can fix the battery life issues and the network issues that I experienced with the Mi 5 with future updates. But as of now, those issues are present. Again, I'll try to do a mini update with this Mi 5 after a month or so when we get some new updates. But as of now, the things that I really do not like is the very poor battery life on mobile data, and the network issues that I'm facing, at least with Airtel 4G. Again, guys, I have also posted other videos on this Mi 5, like its camera review and its gaming review, and also I posted a FAQ video earlier, so that should also answer most of your common questions. So again, guys, I hope this video was helpful. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. And again, thanks for watching. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video.